Most businesses tend to treat growth as a new customer problem. More pipeline, more marketing, more sales headcount. Does that sound familiar? Hi, I'm Emily Bastrop, co-founder of Growth Debunked. I'm a former head of customer success with over 20 years experience working with large enterprise customers. Here's something I'd like to share with you. What if there were a type of growth that costs half as much, closes faster, and is sitting right in front of you? Your CS team is the closest to it, but almost no one is measuring it properly. Today, I'm going to show you the maths behind what it costs to win a new customer and why growing existing ones is cheaper and faster. Also, why a customer success team is the one that can truly unlock it. What's important to note is that every new customer costs money to win before they even spend a penny with you. Think about it, the marketing required to build awareness and engagement with your brand, sales salaries, commissions, the time required and expertise for legal back and forth, months of negotiation in the making. All of this costs money. If your company has a turnover between $5 and $20 million a year, and you're selling to large, mid-size or large enterprise customers, there's a really rough rule of thumb that you might want to think about. It actually costs twice as much of the first year's contract value to get them signed. If one of your sales colleagues signs a 50K deal, that actually costs the business around 100K to close. Can you imagine? And that means that you don't make that money back until year two. So if they've left at the end of year one, that means that your business has actually lost money on that deal. So you can see now why it's so important to have the right fit customers coming into your business. Because if you can't make the money back until year two, then you've lost money. And this is why a bad fit customer can be so damaging to your business. Because that's not just that they leave, they've actually cost more than they've ever paid back. Let's flip this around. If an existing customer buys more with you, you can skip most of that cost. And that's because that customer already knows you. You're a listed supplier. So you're not going to have the same cumbersome procurement process. You probably won't need to do legal negotiations, particularly if you have a master service agreement. And finally, no months of trust building because you're already in place. You've demonstrated the value that you can provide. And that's why they're interested in buying more from you. And you're already a known supplier, and that's why deals move faster and they cost less to your business. It's the customer success managers who tend to spot those opportunities through day-to-day delivery. So it's not been done through a marketing campaign. It's organically generated by the value that you're delivering on a day-to-day basis. Your customers just told you they had a problem. You happen to be in the room, and if your team has the right skill set, they'll be able to translate that into demand. That's a lead that's cost you absolutely nothing. Most founders that I've met and worked with don't actively invest in this. They just treat this as a happy accident and not a deliberate strategy. What a wasted opportunity. Imagine you and your team are at the forefront of being able to turn that around. A new customer who stays at least 2 years with you has now paid back what it costs to win them in. So you're at break even. From year three, there is no customer acquisition cost. You may have other costs, but at least this goes away. They become profitable. And a customer who expands costs half as much roughly to grow as a new logo would based on your scale up maturity and large mid-sized to large enterprise customers. So that means the business makes more money, more profit from the same amount of effort. Now, you wonder why a business wouldn't focus more on growing their existing customers, given this obvious fact. Growing a business profitably means finding ways to bring in more money without spending as much of it. And existing customers are the most direct route to being able to do that. CS isn't just keeping the lights on for your existing accounts. Every customer that you retain past year two and every expansion that you surface is actually making the business more money for less spend. That's not a support function, it's actually a growth function. And that's a role I would encourage you to take moving forward, even if you don't have a sales goal to your name. Why is it that we see customer success functions undervalued? Typically, customer success gets treated as a cost because it's framed as a delivery team rather than a revenue one. However, the numbers contradict that because retained customers become profitable and expansion is cheaper than new sales. Customer success is the closest to both of those things. The problem is that customer success has not been given the language or the data to have that argument internally. And this is what this channel is about. I want to give you the tools to help make the case and the skills to back up the value that you truly defend. In the next video, I'm going to show you the single number that captures all of this and how to use it in order to change where CS sits in your business. I hope you've enjoyed this video. And if this connected with you, do share it with your founder or your CFO. Sometimes the best thing a CS leader can do is to hand someone else the maths. If you enjoyed this, please feel free to subscribe. Thank you for watching.